What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Working on a 2012 Dodge Journey with the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. We are changing out the power steering pump. This one has gone bad. It's not circulating properly, and it is whining like crazy. So I've already removed the serpentine belt. It is a 17 millimeter socket. Obviously that's what you use to put over the tensioner to release the tension in order to take the belt off. So we're gonna get the sockets we need to remove it itself. So I gotta take this off, put it on the new one, and that one on the new one. The new one don't come with it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make not a whole lot of mess and not waste all that. She said she's only got 2 quarts, which probably would be a new quart. I'm gonna put the new one on before I take and swap everything over. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to not make a mess with this power steering fluid, just because it's man, I got stuff to clean it up. It's just my sister put a whole lot of fluid in, all the way to the cap, like probably a lot more than she needed, a lot more. So she thought it was low, so anyways, bless her heart. So I'm gonna try to attempt to take and move this without making a big mess. I'm gonna try to clamp off one of the hoses, the pressure line. I'm really not, I don't think I'm too worried about as far as that, but as far as the reservoir line, that's what's gonna make the biggest mess. I'm trying to do this without making a big mess. If I can get this bolt out, it's probably one of the longer ones. Come on. This is the very bottom one. And onto the side one. So I think the best way to go about this, and I'm probably going to have my dad help me with this as far as putting the lines on, because it is a pain in the rear to swap everything over, and the fluid is kind of warm to the touch. So like I said, I'm going to try my best not to make a mess, and I'm probably going to go grab like a catch pan or something to put on top of the motor here, so that way I do not make a mess and not cover her top of the motor and fluid. So this is what I'm going to use, big old crescent wrench, and I got some towels because I know I'm going to make a mess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came with the new O-ring. But anytime you replace parts or lines and stuff, replace the O-ring, replace them. Definitely gonna pretty much save you in the long run. So let's see if I can fish that in here. It's probably not ideal, but it's gonna have to do.
As you can see, I am trying my best to break this thing free without anything holding the power steering pump, so I can take and break this thing free with the crescent wrench. As you can see, I'm having issues holding the pan and everything in place because there is some tension on it because it is a pressure line.
Free first. I think I got the wrench for it, hopefully. That was kind of funny. I just seen a Jeep just like my Renegade that I had. If you were a OG on the channel, remember my little white Renegade I had? I just seen one just similar to it, same color and everything. All right, so probably the best to break the lines while it's still attached, but you know, whatever works for you. I'm doing it this way just because I'm trying to make things a little simpler and less of a mess.
I thought it was going to be easier removing the power steering pump and having it in a tray just in case if the fluid was to leak out, it wouldn't leak all over the car. This actually made it very more tricky to break stuff free, such as the pressure line and the piece that goes into the pump as well. You'll see here shortly my dad examining what I have done, and you'll see him say a few words about what I thought was going to be best.
Dropping stuff. You gotta replace them. You can't reuse them. They're just, I just wouldn't recommend reusing them at all because they go bad, they heat up, they cool down just like those pesky exhaust bolts you try to take off and always break. And a lot of times these is what fails because of the way it leaks, and that's what fails a lot of times, is just the O-ring, and people don't realize it. Little few cent O-ring is sometimes the cause of all that. All right, so I think that's good. What's it doing? Say hi. Dad says hi. If you remember in my last couple videos ago.
Did you get the new one on? Bolted in?
No. It's right there. I'm trying to get these lines removed first. Oh shit.
Can't damage it because it's got to be rebuilt. What you should have done,
Just kept it on there.
kept it on there and break it free.
I was trying to avoid that because I didn't want a fluid going all over the side of the engine.
You still got an. All right, I would put two. That's where your leverage comes from.
Well, I know that, Dad. But at the same time, I can't take and
Hold the pump. Remember, you can't. Got it?
Yep.
Yeah, you got it good. I don't want to burn my steak. Ready?
Oh shit.
You don't want to put anything on this because you don't want to bend the pulley.
Comes with a new one.
Oh.
That's why one thing I was worried about when I pulled it out. I was like, okay.
Got it?
Yep.
got reverse threads, is it?
It shouldn't be.
There you go.
If you guys want to make it easier on yourself, I didn't, but I was trying to do a little bit different method. So I might get some comments about should have just kept it bolted on. I'm trying to not have fluid all over the motor. I know it can burn off, but this thing leaks a little bit of oil and it needs an oil pan gasket, so I'm trying to avoid that. The less oil is on here, because eventually I'm gonna have to change that. And just whenever we get time, or I get time, which I got time now, but so just kind of clean it up a little bit, pull the O-ring off, put the new one on, slap it on the new one, and golden. So this should just slide right back on your hose, your pressure hose. trying to get them lined back up just because they're a pain to see. That's what Tim said. Alright, so we got the new pump on. We had a little incident. We're not really. Just trying to get air circulated out of the pump. Made a little bit of mess, but it's all good. Dad is trying to figure out another source. It's definitely a little bit quieter since the new pump is on, but we're still having some whining coming out of it. We don't think it's necessarily the pump, but it could be what? What do you think it could be? Think it could be the rack?
Nope.
Pressure line?
Nope.
Coolant? Or
Rivet there.
that's mine. What do you think is causing it?
You're gonna have to pull that boat back off. Turn it on.
Alright, so it is kind of late on me tonight. We're going to have to pick up back in the morning. Was not expecting this to be a 2-day or 2-part video. So, we found another problem once we figured out, got the whining of the new power steering pump to go away. There's air in the system, so we had to get the air out, and made a little mess in the process, but it's all good. We got it cleaned up, got it figured out, but we also found a new problem. It's always a problem when working on something that's 8 years old. You don't think 2012 was that old, but so we'll do a little bit of research in the morning or tonight and figure out if I can get a cheap alternator and some outer load pulleys for this vehicle, and I will catch you guys in the morning. So we were back in day 2. It's a little bit later in the day. I was trying to get a couple clips throughout the day. We went to pull apart in Hebron, Kentucky. Got a couple parts. Got a pretty sweet deal on some tires. Is why we're up there. So we had to get, after I quit filming last night, we had an issue with a new power steering pump, and it ended up failing on us, unfortunately. So while I was gone getting the tires and the alternator, the bearing and the alternator was bad. So went and got another alternator. Dad went and got the new pump, took the old 2 pumps back, and he's got that put on, and we're getting ready to bleed the system and throw this new alternator on, and hopefully it fixes the issues we got going on. Yeah. So what else have we got to do? It's a 13 and then a 17 on the bottom. Try to do this one in here.
Wow.
What? The long one? What? What's that? Lost the leg. Just kidding. What? wrong?
Look, I can take the top bolt out.
So we did resolve the issue with the slap or the looseness of the
Well, it's a good thing I got the bolt.
It was due to
Whoever
the
put
bottom
it in,
bolt
that's the
not
reason
being
why it went
tightened
out.
up. Nothing was broke or damaged. It was just me
It wasn't
thinking
tight.
there was more problems than there
I just took
wasn't.
the top bolt out.
Just from
I
the
know.
It wasn't
looks
going
of the
anywhere
underside of the
before.
engine.
Well, I know. Part of the process of blading the power steering, before you start it, turn it on, click it twice without pressing the brake, and turn it back and forth from knuckle to knuckle for about 5 minutes. This is how you properly bleed your power steering.
So I was pretty pleased with the tires that we have gotten. They are used. They did come off another Dodge Journey up at the pull apart. And I think everything in total, I think we might have spent $150. Now, a tire just alone she was gonna buy brand new at Walmart or somewhere else, it's like $100 something, cheapest one. We bought 2 tires with rims and an alternator for $150. Pretty good deal. I always get texts and stuff from this location where I always go, and they always get good deals and stuff like that. I'm not always going up there like I used to, but I do go up there with family and stuff, and maybe score a couple things while I'm up there. But let's get back to the video.
So we got her car all buttoned back up. Got another new power steering pump on it. Anybody who's curious of what the bolt size is on that, it is 13 mil, 10 mil for the upper hose, an 18 wrench for the pressure hose, and it is, I do believe, a 22 millimeter socket for the pressure hose piece that goes into the power steering pump. For the alternator, it is for the bottom bolt, it is a 17 or 16, can't remember which one, and the upper bolt is a 13 millimeter, and a 13 millimeter for the ground wire, and it does have a safety or a lock mechanism on the plug itself where it plugs in the back of the alternator as well. And it's a 17 millimeter for the tensioner pulley. 17 millimeter tensioner pulley to relieve the tension off the belt in order to pull the belt off. For belt diagrams, I will put a thing in the description for you guys that are looking for belt diagrams. It's kind of a tight space to begin with to take a picture of it or try to film. So I will put it in the description. As always, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think, what your thoughts are. And if you have the same issue that we have with this journey, no pun intended. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and check out my Instagram as well for more future content. You'll see it on my Instagram before you see it on YouTube. And you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay positive.